For me, it wasn't about all the moves. It was just having the people feel my passion, my pain, my happiness. That's how I was able to get over with the crowd.
Measuring Jillian for the goal here against Tamina.
I did everything in my career that I wanted to do, and I was so ready to be a mom.
How much do you think it's changed you as a person?
My whole life revolves around my kids. They just come first right now.
You've been retired for 13 years. Do you miss that pop?
I do. That's why I come back for the Rumbles, for the Evolutions.
You were invited for Evolution 2.
Yes.
What made you say no?
When I got the call, I want somebody on the dirt, she was like, she only wants to come back if she has a match, which could not have been farther from the truth.
You defended the World Heavyweight Championship with Edge.
Top 5 matches for sure. The only women to defend the World Heavyweight title.
How are the babies?
They're so good.
They're almost 2, right?
Almost 2.
Wow.
I know. I feel like time is just flying by.
Isn't it crazy?
As you know. Yeah.
It goes so fast.
I know. It's
wild.
I don't like it.
Like, I wish we could do something to slow it down.
I know. I wish there was a way, because I don't know. Every day I'm up with them. They just look like new people every day. Like, they're just like features and everything are just yeah.
And they're talking now?
Oh my gosh. They say so much. They talk so much. They're saying all the things. They're repeating everything. They're in that repeating phase. That's so fun.
My daughter will get on, like, she'll say something, and you can't understand kids all the time.
Right.
She'll keep saying it till you say it back to her.
Oh.
So, like, she'll say, like, that's a big dinosaur, and she'll just keep saying it till you go, that is a big dinosaur.
Oh my gosh. That's adorable.
It's something else.
It's funny, like my son, and this is like my husband, he says this, he's like, he was done with his dinner, he's like, that's enough. And we're like, where? And my husband's like, because he says that's enough. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Even our nanny was like, he said that's enough. That is not a like kid. I'm like, yeah, great. So here we go.
And it makes you realize they're listening to everything.
Oh yeah. I said the F word on accident the other day, and they're like, my daughter goes, and I was like,
oh.
And I wanted to hear it again so bad. And me and my husband were like, what'd you say? It's like, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. It's hilarious though when they do that.
So what are you guys watching on the TV? What are they obsessed with?
You know what's funny is like I've done so much research. I'm one of those moms where because my kids were watching like these overstimulating shows, but I wasn't realizing like, I had on Miss Rachel, and we like it, Miss Rachel, or we had on some other ones that were like, whenever we would turn it off, they would get so upset. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is miserable. So then I started doing like research, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm seeing these shows that I used to watch like in the 90s, like Winnie the Pooh or like, Bear in the Big Blue House and stuff like that. And I've noticed like in the old Mickey Mouse, like watching those when I turn it off, totally fine.
Huh.
And so I don't know what they're doing with these cartoons in this day and age, but so I tell all the moms, I'm like, just turn on like 90s cartoons, and I feel like it's perfect.
I feel like that's such a good idea.
Yeah.
I've heard of people getting rid of getting rid of the flat screen TV.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little extreme. Because I need a little, mommy needs a little 30 minutes to cook some dinner, okay? So we're going to put on 80s Winnie the Pooh. Okay.
I've heard of families getting like the one that we grew up on, like the tube TV with the VHS
like the box
built
thing.
into it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Right, and just like watching like stuff that we watched when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's tough though, because if you listen to everything on social media,
I know. Well, there's just so much information we didn't have,
and every decision you're making is wrong for some sort of reason.
Exactly.
So it's like you just got to make some sort of decision.
Just
and
go with your gut.
Roll with it.
Exactly.
But I think the biggest thing is like it goes by so fast. And one of the toughest things is people just keep saying like, well, you got to enjoy it while you can. It's like, I'm trying.
I'm doing everything I can.
What more could I do?
I know. And then you see like reels that pop up, and it's like, this one time in their life, they're not going to remember this, and it's just a blip. And then, the rest of their life, they're not going to remember. And you're just like, oh my, like there's things all the time that pop up, and it just like, I just start crying. I'm like, this is so upsetting.
You only get 18 summers. Yeah, I'm like, well, 2 are already gone.
I know.
What do I do?
I know.
Or they're like, everyone talks about how it goes by in a blink.
Yeah.
And then I saw this reel that made me so emotional.
Oh, gosh.
It was like, you are in the blink.
Yes, that's the one. And I couldn't say it. I couldn't figure out what it is. But that's the one I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, like we're in the blink right now. And it's like, I'm trying to do everything I can to maximize those moments with those little humans. But it's like, it's like someone telling you to like put your hands out to catch water and like pouring water into your hands. They're going, catch more of it, catch. What are you doing?
Like, I'm doing everything I can.
Yeah. And you're like, I can only catch so much in my hands right now.
Exactly.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
How much do you think it's changed you as a person being a mom?
I mean, my whole life revolves around my kids now. I mean, I turn down so many things. There's like, because I just know that I'm only going to have this time with them for so long. So I'm like, I prioritize things. I like, you know what I mean? If my kid has something or, some event or like, I'm like, okay, well, I can't do the signing or I can't do, you know what I mean? And they just come first right now and that's fine. And I definitely feel like it's changed me though as a person too. Like, I don't even know who I was before kids, like I look back and, in my 20s and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't even know that person, But I think it's probably a good thing. But I am finding that I think it is still important to like have my own stuff, but like finding a balance between it because the mom guilt is like real. Like even coming to do your show today, I was like the mom guilt because like I missed their music class and I'm like, oh my gosh. My name's like, go, you are, you're such a good mom. You're always here. Like you can, you know what I mean? But it's the mom guilt.
Well,
and
thank you.
Oh my gosh. Always for you.
We're all very appreciative that you're here.
You're just a drive away.
Although drives in LA,
boy,
they can take a while.
Yeah.
Do you wonder how your friends with kids are able to do this and still wrestle?
It's wild. I mean, I commend them. Like, I see Becky who has her daughter on the road, Alexa, and like they have their nannies and they have their, you know what I mean? It's like they're able to like bring them on the road, which I think is so amazing because not a lot of people are able to do that. So I think what they're doing is really cool.
Do you think you could do it?
Not with two. I don't know. I think with two, you're pushing it. No, I just think it's already so much whenever I try to go out of town with them and we do vacations. It's a lot of work.
Do they come with you when you do signings?
No, my husband, thank God for him. He's a saint. So it's, we have a great, like little, I don't know, schedule or whatever. Like he works during the week and I, take over. And then on the weekends when I have signings, he takes over. And so it's just great because we're able to like, one of us is always home, so it works out really well.
What's the main thing when you do signings what are you signing most of the time?
Just like autographs or like belts.
8x10s?
Yeah,
Okay.
And like Divas belts and stuff. But I'm very funny. Like when it comes to signings, I will take a red eye. Like will put my kids to bed. I'll make sure I get on a red eye. I will fly into the sign that morning. I will do my makeup in the airport, go to the signing, fly out that night. So like I won't be gone longer than 48 hours. That's the longest I've ever gone.
And you're just hoping that flights don't get delayed.
Yes. And I've been lucky, but there are times where I'm like, I ran to the gate in Chicago I think it was like 2 weekends ago, and they were they shut the gate, and I started bawling. I'm like, I have to get home to my kids. And they're like, oh, wow, she's really like... And so I guess they felt bad for me because they let me on. They were like, okay, we can get you on. I'm like, okay, thank you. But yeah, I'm like,
What's the match or the moment that fans are always talking to you about at signings?
Oh my gosh, they want to know my favorite. And it's always the SummerSlam 2011 when I was Divas Champ against Beth Phoenix. It was here in LA at the Staples Center, which is now Crypto. But I don't know. It was just everything about that match was my favorite match. Like, I don't know. The crowd was amazing. Me and Beth's match was amazing. Yeah, I don't know. It was just like that whole night was just perfect.
Beth seems to have the ability to just pull out the best of whoever she's working with.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
Is that what you felt that night?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And we had a great match. We had such a great match. And I want to say we did, was it that one? The superplex off the top. It was either that one or one other pay-per-view that I think maybe it was a Night of Champions. But we did something really cool in the SummerSlam one too. But the other one was the Night of Champions in Buffalo. That was another one of my favorites. It was in her hometown, and I had never been booed ever. Okay. And they were like, okay, just to warn you, you're going to get booed out of this building. Okay. So just keep it together, smile on your face, and I'm like, okay, like I'm not expecting, it to be that bad. Oh my God. Literally the second it was like, ah! And I was like, I literally wanted to cry. Like I was like, I could never be a heel. Cause I was like, I don't like this feeling. So I'm standing in the ring. They're just like massively booing me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to test me because I've never been booed. And throughout the match, I was booed throughout the whole match. And I'm like, okay, I think we had the superplex. Oh my gosh, I have to look back now. And I remember we said we were going to do that, and girls weren't doing that at the time. Right. Like it just, now we do it all the time, but no. And so I remember we were talking to Fit and we were like, we really want to do this off the top. And he's like, all right, we got the okay. I just practiced it on a mat. I didn't ever practice it like actually hitting the mat. So I was like, well, Beth is like, we'll just go. It'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm like, okay. So we're on the top. And I just remember like seeing all of the arena stand up. And I just remember like bracing myself because I knew it was going to hurt. And so I hit it. I was like, oh, and I wanted to cry there too. I was like laying there like, oh my God. I was in so much pain. And I just remember like the ref being like, you okay? Yeah. And he was like, it was so good. I was like, yes. And so Beth, she supposed to, she goes to pin and I like, just right at the end, I just kick out. And then I think I did a roll through and ended up winning. And the crowd it was just so So those two are my top. But in the SummerSlam, going back to that, it was another like pin out of nowhere kind of thing. And my mom was front row. It was just like so cool. The crowd was so happy for that. It was just like not expected. Yeah.
So many wrestlers sit across from you and talk about after they retire, they miss that crowd reaction.
Yeah.
It's been a while now. You've been retired for 13 years.
Gosh, no, you're aging me right now. Yes, thank you.
You're still far younger than me, so we're good. Do you miss that pop?
I do, and I think that's why I come back for the Rumbles and I come back for the Evolutions and stuff like that because it's like you miss that and you crave that, and it's just like, in the back of your mind, you're also worried, like, are they going to remember me? Are they going to cheer for me? Like, is my pop going to be big? So that's going through your mind too. And you're just like hoping that they remember you. Well,
the thing is, you look the exact same as when you left. You must tell us. And that's what so many of the comments on this video is going to be.
Oh.
It's going to be like, she looks the exact same.
I love that. Thank you.
Tell us the secret. Have two children and never sleep?
Have good genes. I don't know. Bless my parents, my mom and dad, because I don't know. I just do like lasers and I try and just like takes care of my skin and the same old stuff.
You've just you're frozen in time. Like it's an amazing thing.
I'm very lucky. Very lucky.
You were invited to come back for Evolution 2.
Yes.
What made you say no?
Well, and I wanted to like talk about this because it was a thing. So when I got the call, it was in Atlanta, obviously. And it was one of the weekends, the only weekend I had off. And I was like, and my kids, I think they had something going on. And I feel like when I come back, I want my kids to see me, there, and they wouldn't have been able to make it. I don't know. There was just like a lot of different things that were kind of keeping me from going. And like, of course, you read the dirt sheets and it's another thing. Somebody on the dirt sheet was like, oh, somebody in the higher ups said that she only wants to come back if she has a match, which could not have been farther from the truth. Like, I didn't need a match to come back. I would have, if it was in LA, I would have been there. No questions asked. I would have been there if it's, you know what I mean? But to fly across the country to do that, it's like I said in the beginning with my kids, I'm very picky about what I say yes and no to right now. Maybe when they're, 6 or 7 and they're grown or, bigger and stuff like that, then I probably would have done it. But it's just like I said, that was the one weekend I had off. I didn't want to get them on a plane and do this. You know what I mean? There was just like a bunch of different things.
Was it a last minute call?
It was. It was a last minute call.
So if they had called you 6 months in advance, you probably would have done it.
Probably. I would have been able to like clear everything and make sure. I think my husband had to work that weekend too. So then I was going to have to like figure out like, my nanny situation, you know what I mean? And it wasn't, like I said, if it was on the West Coast, I could have made it work. I could have figured something out. But it's like, my husband was he works he's an engineer. He's building the underground subways here in LA. And they were doing a night thing. So he was having to work. And it was just like a lot. And that's the thing. Like it had nothing to do with wanting a singles match. And like someone said the higher ups, and WWE knows exactly why I said no. And they were like, when we're in LA, you'll be there. And I'm like, yes, I will be there. So that was never a conversation. Like Kelly has to come back. She has to be in a match. Never. And it's like, they said, oh, well, the higher up said, she hasn't been in the ring in 13 years. When I've done battle royals and stuff, I've gotten a call a week before, and I got in the ring and I wrestled every day because I was like, you know what I mean? So it has nothing to do with that. Everybody that I talk to in WWE knows the reason. So it's just like for people to come out and be like, oh, she thinks she's better than sitting in the crowd and she thinks that she deserves a match. And it's like, no, like I would have gladly, when they came for the Netflix thing, I wanted to go to that, you know what I mean? Because it was in LA. So it's like, it's just like different circumstances that, happen and, life, right? So at the end of the day, like I have to thank WWE for my career. Like they're who made me. Like I wouldn't have the career that I have if it wasn't for them. So like I am so appreciative of them. That's why I signed a Legends deal. And that's why I still come back all the time. But yeah, I think hopefully, a few years down the line when my kids will be able to, sit next to me if I'm in the crowd and cheer me on. I think that will be.
With prices going up on just about everything lately, dealing with money can be stressful. Trying to manage subscriptions, track spending, and cut costs can feel overwhelming. Luckily, Rocket Money can help relieve some of that stress and help you feel confident in the financial decisions that you make. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money shows you all of your expenses in one place, including subscriptions you might have forgot about. If you see a subscription that you no longer want, Rocket Money will help you cancel it. Rocket Money's 5 million members have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, with members saving up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster by going to rocketmoney.com/CVV. That's rocketmoney.com/CVV.
Do you think of a situation down the line where you can wrestle in front of your kids? Like, do you want your kids to see you wrestle?
I mean, that's always my dream, is like one day for them to be old enough to like understand what mommy does and like sit there in the like front row and just cheer me on. And I just think that's like the coolest thing. But also if I'm sitting in the crowd, I would love for them to be like, wow, mommy, all these people are cheering for you. Like, what is going on?
Do you still think of yourself as a wrestler?
Yeah. I feel like when people ask me like, what do you do? Like, I'm like, oh, I'm a former wrestler. WWE. And they're like, what? And, it starts a whole thing.
Are they like, you?
Yeah. Oh, my, that's the number one thing. What? No. Oh, you like held the cards, right? Or I'm like, no, I actually, and then I'll like pull up a YouTube match and like, oh my gosh, you actually wrestled.
What match do you show them?
The SummerSlam match.
Oh, okay. Or you could show them winning the Divas Championship.
That too, because that was a really cool moment. That was not expected, So
you tell people you're a former wrestler. Did they go, well, what do you do now?
I'm a mom.
The hardest job ever.
It is. So that's normally, I mean, a mom it's something that I've always wanted to be. I feel like I did everything in my career that I wanted to do. And I was so ready to be a mom. And so I'm just like, I'm glad I was able to like have my 20s and some of my early 30s to like do everything I wanted to do in life when it came to work, modeling, all that stuff. And then I have twins and now I'm like, I cannot get in a bikini to save my life. So
when you talk about your life would look so different without WWE, what would that look like?
Oh my gosh. I would probably be a news like reporter in Jacksonville.
Because you went to school for broadcasting.
I did for broadcaster. I wanted to be like somebody on the news, maybe a weather girl or like, I don't know. But
we might have worked at the same TV station.
But I was very like blessed, and this was my calling, and I'm so thankful that's how my life went. Because I have have them all to thank for it. So
do you remember your last singles match?
So TV was Eve Torres, but the last one was Natty on a house show. I remember the house or the on TV because it was a secret that because I had been out for a while. I've been out because I had hurt my neck, and so I was taking some time off. And so they called me and they were like, "Are you ready to come back?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "We want you to, be a surprise." So they didn't announce me, and I had my match with Eve and came out, and the crowd was like, and I think that was it. Because after that, I think I was like, I don't know. I think my neck was hurting. There was like a bunch of things that happened, but I can't remember the house show. There was things that I wanted. I wanted to do some other things. I wanted to try some acting. I wanted to get back into some modeling. And this was before WWE has let, their, wrestlers kind of do more things now. It was very like, no, you can't do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just think, and I had been wrestling for almost 7 years, 300 days a year, never really injured, no time off. So when I got the time off, I enjoyed it, and I was like able to like really just enjoy myself, enjoy my time. And then I wanted to do like a calendar. I was going to do a Barbie Blank calendar, and they're like, no, because we're in the PG era too. And so it was like, no, you can't. And I think I was just like, okay, I need to step away, because I feel like, and I've said this too, I think maybe last time, is like when your heart isn't in it, it shows in your wrestling. Like you just look like you don't want to be there. You're tired. You're not putting 100% into your matches. And like, I always told myself when I felt that way, I want to leave. Cause like that was my whole character, was like me being myself, the underdog, and like wanting to like be there for the fans. And like, I was burnt out. I was tired. I just felt like I was dreading having to go back on the road every weekend and do it. And I just was like, you know what? I don't want to do this for the fans. I don't want to do this for me. Like, I want to be here. I want to be happy when I'm here, because the fans will see it in the matches too. Like, you just look like you don't want to be there, And so I was like, hoping like, okay. And when I had the conversation with Hunter, and he was like, look, the door's always all open for you, like go see what else you want to do, go, do whatever you want to do. And, if you want to come back, great, kind of thing. So it was like, we left on good terms. It was totally fine. So, soon after that's when I got the WAG show. So,
did you have a chance to say goodbye in WWE?
No, I think I got a call, and I was on my off day. Yeah. And it was like, well,
You're like, okay, then.
I was like, I get it. I feel like I kind of have been slacking off too. And they were like, look, we know you want to do other things. Like, go do them. And, we want to see you happy. We can tell you're not, very happy here right now. And because I was like happy not being on the road, because I was seeing somebody. So I was like, okay, I want to like put time and effort into this. And it's like, in your 20s, I was so young when I started that like I was 19, right? So I like grew up in front of the WWE. I feel like, my college experiences would have been in the WWE. Like you know what I mean? So I had fun, and I like, I look back and I don't regret anything. Like I was like, this was how I was meant to grow up. I grew so much in such a young age, and I like saw the world. I got to do so many things, and yeah, it was just so lucky and blessed to be able to do that. And I think when I was about 25, 26, it was like, okay, let's kind of see what else is out there and explore. And,
those are such formidable years of your life, right? So like, you're not even drinking age when you
I couldn't rent a car. I couldn't do anything. I'm riding on ECW. I'm riding with Sandman, Sabu, Dreamer. Like, what
a
is
car!
Happening? Oh yeah,
I bet you have some stories.
Oh, there are some funny stories. Let me tell you. I was like, what is happening?
How did you get put in their car?
because Tommy was kind of like my dad on the road. He was kind of assigned to like take care of me because he was in OVW. He with Heyman, like I think Heyman kind of was like, okay, you got to take her under your wing kind of thing. Like, just kind of protect her and stuff like that. He's like, so you're going to get in the car with us. And I'm like, okay. And this is when we were like printing out MapQuest directions at the time. So he's like, what we need you to do, since you can't drive, is you need to find out the city. You need to print out directions. And I'm like, oh my God, this is wild. So I'm like, and I get the directions every week. And there's just so many. It was fun.
So if those are such formidable years, right? 19 to 25 when you're in WWE. What's the biggest life lesson wrestling taught you?
Oh my gosh. So many things. I had to grow up. I didn't even, when I moved from Jacksonville on my own to Louisville, Kentucky, I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to clean. I didn't know how to do my own laundry. My parents did everything for me. So I just had to grow up. Like I had to learn how to pay bills. Like I remember getting a computer and having to pay monthly on it, and I was like, I'm not doing this. And I just racked up, there were so many things where I was like, wow, what were you doing at 19? Just thrown out into the world. So I just had to figure things because then I got the bill from the computer. I owed $5,000, and I was like, had to write a check for that. So there's just things where you learn as you go, and
you're growing up.
You don't know about taxes at 19. I didn't know about taxes. My mom was like, you pay your taxes. I'm like, I don't even pay my taxes.
Who helped you figure this out?
Well, the IRS after a few years had to pay a big old bill. So that was fun. But at 19, I'm like, who's paying taxes? I don't. And my mom was like, Barb, I'm telling you, you need to do your taxes. I'm like, I don't need to do my taxes. I talk to other wrestlers. They don't pay their taxes. Okay.
That can't be true.
Throwing you under the bus, but
sure the IRS found them too. Yeah, jeez.
But it was so I pay my taxes now.
That's a good lesson learned. I'm sure they're listening.
Yeah, it's just like I said, having to wash clothes, just stuff that you should learn in college and stuff like that, right?
John Cena just won his 99th PLE match when he beat Logan Paul at Clash in Paris. But did you see the odds on MyBookie before the match? They had John Cena as the favorite, which means you'd have a few extra dollars in your pocket if you bet on the greatest of all time. They've also got you covered when it comes to the NFL, college football, baseball playoffs are right around the corner, UFC, boxing. They've even got the Emmy odds on there. And if you're new to MyBookie, use my code CVV, and any bet that you choose up to $500 is fully covered. Make your play, and if it doesn't hit, you get it right back when you opt in using your Bet Back bonus token. Bet anything, anytime, from anywhere, only with MyBookie.
The wrestling business itself, are there any transferable life skills from what you actually learned in the business?
Yeah, I mean, going into doing other stuff after WWE, like WAGs, like that, if it wasn't for
Wives
TV.
and Girlfriends, yeah.
Yeah, it was WAGs. It was on E. And it was this, reality show, but, it's scripted, right? But
what?
Don't tell anyone. And it was funny, with that show specifically, when they came to me, they were like, look, we need you to bring on a friend or somebody. And I was like, well, I don't trust anyone enough to go on a reality show and do that. So I was like, if you want to have me on, great. And because they already had their cast of 6, and they all known each other, all the girls. And I was like, well, I don't know, if you that's the only way I'll come on is if you, and 2 days before they started shooting, they're like, okay, we're going to have you on. We want you to be on the show. You're just going to need to act like you've known these girls for years. And I'm like, great, I have acting experience. Okay. So I went into that first episode acting like I had known these girls for years. And so that's what helped me with that show for 3 or 4 seasons. Cause we would have a scene and I would be like, okay, what are the bullet points that I need to hit here? What do I, you know what I mean? And so it really helped with that and my persona, because that can make people look really bad too if you especially have some drinks and they say you need to say this and you don't think about, okay, how is this going to come off on TV?
Yeah.
So that helped me a lot.
Yeah, you had the self-awareness already,
Yes.
being a public figure.
Yes.
Where I feel like some people get on a reality show and
So
they don't
many
know how-
times. And I've
Right,
had
they
so
don't know
many
how to deal with
girls.
it.
No. And they're like, make them look so bad. And I'm like, well, girl, you said that. You shouldn't have, you know. And, but yeah, so that was a big one that helped me out a lot.
Do you have people now that are recognizing you just from WAGs and not from wrestling?
It's a combination for sure. You know, when WAGs came out, it was like social media was really starting to boom. Like Twitter had already been there, Facebook, but that was like the beginning of Instagram. So I think I was really lucky because I was able to gain female fans from the show. So it was like I have a good like following of men and women. So that was really good because I was able to, you know, monetize that off of, I was doing, you know, fashion brands and like working with all these brands when Instagram was like booming. And it was like, I blew up on Instagram in the beginning. It was great. I was so lucky to have that and monetize off of it. And yeah.
So this is such a fun fact. I love this.
Oh, gosh.
You were nominated for Favorite Butt Kicker
Yeah.
at the 2012 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Do you remember who else was nominated? Because this list is wild.
Well, you reminded me Tom Cruise, and I remember
Tom
being,
Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Yeah, okay, I'm not winning this, but just to be.
He didn't win either.
No, who won? Jessica
Taylor-
Alba or something?
Taylor Lautner won.
Taylor Lautner.
So it's Tom Cruise, Jessica Alba,
Okay, yes, I remember.
Taylor Lautner, and Kelly Kelly.
That's wild.
What a list!
I know.
Do you remember who hosted? Because you went, right?
I did go, and it was WrestleMania weekend in Miami. The Nickelodeon Kids Show was in LA. So I literally had to, and I think I had something to do at that Mania.
This was WrestleMania 29, I think.
Yeah, I think it was in a battle, or maybe like a.
You know, we could look. We were looking up all your other matches. Do you want to see?
I'm curious now.
Okay, let's find out here. We have all the world's
This was
information.
what year?
2012. So you're saying that was WrestleMania?
I thought so.
I thought so. Wait. Yes, this was the Maria Menounos match.
No, was that?
2012.
Oh my gosh! And that was the first year. The only like match I ever had while I was there was like, I remember that, yes, because it was wild. My parents were all in town in Miami, and then Maria was flying in. We were flying for. It was
28,
wild.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 20. I said 29, but 28.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a wild weekend.
So you went from Kids' Choice to WrestleMania?
Yes. Like literally flew in that morning back to, I think I took a red eye out the night before to get in. No, I took a flight, got in, did the Kids' Choice Awards, and then flew out. Yes, took a red eye back to Miami, landed at like 6 a.m. and had Mania. I'm pretty sure that's how it went down.
Wow.
Yeah. But I was like, I have to do this. This is like the biggest moment of my career with Mania. Like, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to figure it out, you know?
How did you get on this list?
I have
Like
no idea.
Tom Cruise, Jessica Alba, Taylor Lautner, and you. What
I
a
don't
list.
know. It was wild. I remember like.
That's incredible.
I know. I was like, wow, I must be pretty popular.
Was Tom Cruise there?
I want to say he was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Will Smith hosted the award show. I looked this up.
Yes. Yep. And I feel like I was sitting next to somebody really cool too, and I can't remember.
Like, I was just thinking about my WrestleMania 28 match.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh my gosh. And now I have one of the biggest matches ever too. So that'll be fun.
And apparently on zero sleep.
Yeah, no, but that's, story of my life.
All right. So WrestleMania 28.
Mm-hmm.
Walk me through that entire day.
Well, I remember Maria was flying in that morning too. So we didn't really have time to we figure out the match probably a few hours before. I know me, Beth, and Eve had practice, and then we kind of were going to fill her in. This is what you need to do. But she was coming off of Dancing with the Stars, and she was in a lot of pain. She had broken her ligament or something, but she was and she was supposed to take the heat in the match, and we're just oh my gosh. She's I got it. She was such a trooper. She's I'm gonna do it. I got it. I can do this. And we're just okay. And that was the match I wanted to do, the Molly go round. I had never done it, but I was I'm gonna make this match memorable. I'm gonna do this, and I wanted to do it for a long time. And so I remember bringing it up to Fit, hey, I went, and he's all right, let's see how, we'll pull the mat out. Let's see if you can. I nailed it. And he was like, all right, let's do it. And Beth was like, you got this, like, you know. And so I only practiced it like 2 times and was just like praying to God everything went okay during the match at Mania. And but yeah, so we rehearsed it. I was so nervous. I just remember being so nervous and just like just before every match I was always so nervous. I would like throw up and like
Really?
Yeah, I threw up before every match.
Before every match?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just go to like a trash can on the side and just like throw up. That's how I like release my nerves. I was so nervous. I would say a prayer, I'd throw up. Go.
At any point when you're throwing up before every match, do you go, maybe this isn't for me?
You know,
or was it a good
well, I had
nervousness?
talked to so many people. They're like, look, whenever the nerves go away, that's a bad sign. And I thoroughly, that is so very true.
So you're saying towards the end, when you were done with your WWE career, you stopped throwing
I
up.
think so. I think the nerves were not there, and I just was like, you know, yeah. It wasn't like a throw up. It was like a little. Just me. Okay.
So you throw up, then you go out there for WrestleMania 28.
Oh my gosh. Yes. My makeup looked good. Everything looked good. No, people are gonna be like, Jesus freaking believe it. No, I just.
I mean, they're gonna believe you if you say it.
It wasn't a big throw up. It was just like, let me get the nerves out. Hopefully other people experience this too.
I'm
like,
sure it's not uncommon.
But yes, and then I would say a prayer. I would say a prayer right before I walked through the curtain. And that was my ritual. And yeah.
Does anything in life make you that nervous now?
I think right before I had my kids.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, that was it. And then right before my wedding too. I threw up before the wedding too.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Yeah.
With the kids, was it like, I don't know what the process of actually giving birth is going to be like? Or, oh my goodness, I have the responsibility of 2 more humans now.
Well, I think at that point it was just like birth because, you know, social media, you're seeing all these things. And leading up to it, I thought I was going to I wanted to do it naturally. I was like.
With twins? Wow.
Oh, I was determined,
Wild.
Chris. I was determined. I don't know. Something in me was like, you can do this. So I had a doula. I was ready. I had done so many classes, birthing classes. Like I had done so many things and trying to go into labor naturally. Like my doula was with me all the time. Like, okay, we're going to do this. Nothing was working. With twins at 38 weeks, they don't like them to go longer and they don't like to induce twins, right? So we're at the point where my doctor's like, look, there is no sign of you going into labor anytime soon. These babies do not want to come out. They were both actually, and both their heads were like fight. So it was not a good situation. She was like, so if you go into labor before, great. If you don't, we should schedule a C-section. And I was like, okay. And thank God I did do the C-section because they were big twins. I probably would have passed out on the table. Lord,
you might have thrown up.
Probably 1,000,000% would have thrown up. So yeah, C-section was the best way to do it. And it was great. I had the best doctors. My husband was right there. He got to cut the cord. He got to do all the things. And I remembered everything about it, and it was just like the best day of our lives.
Oh, it's the best.
It is.
I look at my wife in such a different way.
Yeah.
After watching her go through that twice, it's like.
It's wild. Is she naturally?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Good for her.
She's an animal.
Seriously.
Yeah.
See, that's kind of what I wanted, but maybe.
You could have
maybe
another
one more.
Yeah.
We talk about it. I don't know.
Yeah, we talk about it too, and we're like, I don't know.
I know. 2 seems pretty good, but then I'm like,
we got man-on-man coverage right now.
I know.
Right? 2-on-2.
Exactly.
We don't want to be outnumbered.
I know.
I think we're good. But who knows? Whatever.
Exactly.
Whatever's in the cards. We'll see.
Exactly.
Do you think you could still do a handspring back elbow?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question. I don't know, Chris. I don't know. After having kids, things just don't move the same. As a woman, like your pelvic floor, there's things that, I don't know. It's a good question.
I mean, you're not doing them as often, I imagine.
No, gosh, no. I haven't gotten in the ring since my Rumble.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which was 2022.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be another opportunity.
Yeah. And it'll be like riding a bike.
This is
hopefully.
the great thing about wrestling. It's like you're never done, right?
No, you're not. You're not. And, I know WWE's coming back here to LA, and I'm sure I'll be front row in that, and cheering everybody on.
We'll see you there.
Yeah.
So talk to me about this match where you defended the World Heavyweight Championship with Edge.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
that was top 5 matches too, for sure.
It's you and Edge versus Lay Cool and Dolph Ziggler.
Yes. And I don't think I realized at the time, like, how people still talk. They were like, no, you were the only women to defend the World Heavyweight title in a match like that.
Like they could have pinned you
Yeah.
and Ziggler would have been world champ.
Yes. Yes. And it was like a big deal. And I remember when they brought the idea to me, like, I think the night before I found out that I was doing it, I was like, oh my gosh. And I think we main evented that, which was really cool too. And then they told me, well, you're getting fired that night. So Michael Hayes, like, this is such a funny story. Like the day of, they were like, okay, you have all these pre-tapes. Okay, you're going to end up winning at the end, but then Vicky's going to come out and she's going to fire you and you need to cry. Like, I need you to cry on command. Can you cry on command, Kelly? And I'm like, I guess, like he was like, if you don't cry, it's all going to go to shit. It's all going to go to shit if you do not cry. The fans need to feel this. They really need to feel like you're fired. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I had so much, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it because I had so much pressure. Like the match was so intricate. There was so many things in it. There was like, whatever. So we are right before we're going out. Michael is like, you're crying. You got this. So I told Michelle and Layla, I said, okay, I need you to beat the shit out of me. Like, I really need you to lay it in because I can internalize it and I can hold it all in until it's time for me to cry. I've done it before. So I was like, okay, I can do this. So they were like, okay. So in that match, all that shit that they're hitting me with, they're laying that in. And I was like, okay, I was building up. I was like, okay, I'm going to be able to do it. And so I just remember like doing the spear and just being like so happy. And I just was like, hold a minute, because I knew she was coming out. And then as soon as she's like, you're fired, I was like, ah! Like the ugliest cry you could cry, and I'm just like, ah! And it was so good. I was like, yes, I'm doing it. And like the eyelashes and mascara is coming down. And I'm like, yes. And so I go to the back and they're like, yes. I'm like, yes, I did it. And so it was really good. So
You also cried in the ring when you won the Divas Championship.
I did. But that was emotion. I was just so emotional.
Were you planning to cry there?
I didn't have enough time to think because how it happened, that match was like, it could have been Eve winning or Beth or me. It was like people's choice, right? Power to the people.
Yeah,
power to the people.
Yeah.
And so during the day, Brie had to learn 3 different matches. We had no idea.
That's crazy.
It was wild. So on live television, when they're doing the numbers and they're like, Kelly, I'm like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to win. And, so I don't have enough time because then I'm trying to, oh my God, remember the match. Oh my gosh. And you're like just thinking all this. So as soon as it ended, I just remember being so relieved because it was great match. Everything went perfect. And then I feel like it was just like years of like hard work and everything just finally, it was like my moment. It was just like everything went the way it was supposed to go and all the emotions just were there.
Did they tell, so they hadn't planned out who was going to be in the match, but was it like whoever the audience picks,
yes,
they're winning the championship?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So you knew you were winning. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was really cool how that all went down.
You are a fan favorite.
Well, they said too, the votes went into the next match and they like messed it up somehow. I don't know. I was like, oh, wow. They were like, Kelly, your votes have gone into this next match. And then they were messing everything up. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm kind of popular.
Getting a great night's sleep is one of life's finest luxuries. You got to check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. They're inspired by NASA and they have silver infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. Also, say goodbye to those gross odors. Because they're infused with silver, they prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth. So that means you get fresher sheets up to 3 times longer. Miracle sheets are so comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands, and they feel just as good as sheets you'd have in a 5-star hotel. If you've tried everything else, Try Miracle. Upgrade your sleep this year by going to trymiracle.com/CVV. And whether you're buying them for yourself or you're buying them as a gift for a loved one, you're already going to save over 40% if you order today. But if you use the code CVV at checkout, you'll get an additional 20% off plus a free 3-piece towel kit. That's trymiracle.com/CVV.
I had Santino Marella on the show recently. And he's hilarious,
He's
right?
the best.
But we were going through the list of all the names he'd made up for people. And I don't know why, but
I'm crying.
yours makes me laugh so much because it's Kelly.
And he would do it every time we were in the ring, a pre-tape. Like, I tell people all the time, I'm like, his goal was to make people break character and start laughing. Like, and he would do it until he even, and you're just like, just like trying to like turn away, and oh my gosh, he is so funny. And yeah, we were always dying. He is just a riot.
So does he tell you in advance, I've got this nickname for you?
No.
It's just on the spot.
No, on the spot, because he wants that genuine like reaction, right? So like if he tells you before, you're like, oh, that's funny, and then whatever.
Right.
But if he like waits till the camera's on, you're like, oh my gosh.
The fact that he got John Cena to break character, they call him John Cena.
I'm crying. Oh my God, I remember that was hilarious.
It's so good.
So good.
So when you came back recently, you do this bit backstage with the Street Profits.
Yes.
And Montez Ford singing your song was amazing.
So good. I don't think we rehearsed that either. I think he kind of just waited till the cameras are on for that. And I was like, oh my God, this is great.
Like, holla, holla. But then like everybody knows holla, holla, but I don't know if everybody knows the words that come after that.
No, it's like, da 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 da. Yeah.
You know them, right?
Da, 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 da. And all the girls in the club say, ooh, because you know how we do. It's so bad. I'm not a singer.
Montez Ford was singing. I'm like, he knows the words. And you've heard that song thousands of times.
Yeah.
You've got to know every word.
But it's so catchy.
It's
such a good
so
one.
catchy.
Because as soon as you hear the holla, you're like,
everyone's hollering for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Do you remember hearing that for the first time?
I do. Yeah. I think they played a few songs for me. And that was the one where I was like, oh no, that's it. That was it. Except, yeah, it was just like, because I knew wrestling. I watched it with my dad. Like I knew the song, like people want to, as soon as it hear, I wanted people to know that's me. So I feel like the other songs, there wasn't like a beginning, like something, right? So as soon as they played the holla, I was like, oh, that's it. Holla. And I'm from the South. I'm from Duval. Like, yeah. Holla was, that was my jam.
If you were wrestling now, what do you think is the match you'd love to have?
Oh, there's so many amazing women. And I love Charlotte. I think she's amazing. Tiffany, I think Tiffany's amazing. Chelsea Green, I just love that she's like bringing like the Divas kind of era back a little bit. It's so cool to see that.
She is the biggest Kelly fan.
I know. I love her. She's so sweet.
Like Chelsea Green loves Kelly.
She's awesome. I love it. And like Maxine, she's so gay. Like it's cool that they're like, reliving kind of like the Divas era. And it's like, because I feel like that era is a little lost because it was like right in between like the women's revolution and like right after like the Ruthless era, you know what I mean? So we're just kind of in between of like fighting for that. So it's cool that we do get recognized, because they did do away with the Divas belt and everything. And so it's cool that it's, still remembered.
Yeah, you guys were part of the like give Divas a chance whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like you've got, I don't know, what's the shortest amount of time you had to work a match?
Probably like 30 seconds. Like probably some squash match,
Like, have you had times where it's like it's 3 minutes including entrances?
Yeah, because time would get cut all the time. And so you're just like, okay, we'll cut this out really quick, but literally right before curtain, you're just like, oh my gosh. And so then you're just like relying on the ref to be like, okay, like just talk to us kind of thing,
2
right?
moves in a pin?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
So yeah, you just have to make the best of it. And like, that's why for me, it wasn't about like all the moves. It was just like having the people feel my passion or like my pain or like my happiness. That's how I was able to get over, I think, with the crowd, is just to like not do so many moves, but like make the moves entertaining and just be the personality, make people feel like bad for you or happy for you or,
Well, the thing is, you were never not smiling,
Yes.
right? Like you'd come out and you have this big beaming smile and it's like, it's infectious.
Yeah.
Like how can the audience not be feeling great
Right.
when you're having the best
And
time?
that's what Vince would tell me. He's like, just go out there and smile. Just be yourself. Like the crowd loves you already. So just keep doing what you're doing, you know? So I was like, okay.
Where do you think you'd fit into the era now? Like it's completely different from when you wrestled.
It is. And these girls are just doing insane things. Like the matches that they're having, like even the hardcore matches, like, I mean, they're just going for it, you know, and it's amazing. And I don't know how I would fit in. I mean, I would love to, you know, if given the chance, go and train and, you know, try and see if I was able to like go back in there and like hold my own. But I don't know, these girls are just insane.
Yeah, there's only really a handful that wrestled in your era that are still wrestling now.
Yeah.
And they were able to make the transition from that style of wrestling to
Totally.
what you're seeing now.
Totally. Yeah.
And like it's people like Natalia.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella's doing her thing now. Like there's really only a few people.
And they have a long time. Like, I mean, like sometimes they have 30-minute, 45-minute, like hour matches. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't, I would just be like exhausted after 15, like, oh my gosh. So, you know, yeah, it's amazing to see how far it's come and how far the women have come.
And it's amazing, like the best match at WrestleMania this year was the women's three-way match.
Yeah.
The women's triple threat match was so
insane.
good. That's one of the best matches of the year. I think it actually is the best
1,000,000%.
match of the year, in my opinion.
Same.
Yeah, and it's great that it's just like, it's gotten to a point now where they're just matches.
Yeah.
Whether the men are in there or the women are in there, they're just matches now. And I love that.
Yeah, exactly. It's really cool. It's really cool to see.
Do you think if you went into the ring now and took a bump, it'd be your first bump in what, 3 years?
Yeah.
How much would that hurt?
Probably a lot, you know? That's why I'm like, I can't even imagine. I would like to get in the ring and just kind of see how it feels and feel like if I can even do it after kids. I don't know, you know?
Look, I don't think there's anything you can't do.
Bless. No, it would just probably hurt way more, you know? Because in my 20s, I was like, oh, I could jump off here, do this. Like, your adrenaline's going. I don't care about the aftermath of it, you know? Now I'm like, I get back in that, like, when I came back for the Rumble, I was like, oh my gosh, how is this going to affect, like, is my neck okay? Is my back going to be okay? You know what I mean? Like, you're second guessing everything. Back then, I never second. I was like, oh yeah, I could do that.
And you're also thinking about like, oh, if I get hurt, then like,
yes,
how
then
does
you're
that
thinking
affect?
about your kids because then you're like,
Right.
oh my gosh, am I not gonna be able to like hold them for a few months or like carry it? You know what I mean? Like, there's just so much more. Getting older sucks. Okay.
You're still very young,
Bless.
and you look the same.
Thank you.
What would you think if your kids wanted to wrestle?
You know, I fully support it. I think it would be so cool. I already feel like my daughter is the sassiest little, like she already wrestles with her brother, with Jax. And, you know, Jax holds his own too. So I feel like they could.
Oh, but she's winning?
Yeah, she is, you know, she's the older, she's twin A. So in the womb, she was like, took up all the room. He was like squished to the side. She was, you know, bigger. She was like, you know, 5 ounces bigger than him. So I don't know, with twin, they say twin A and twin B. They say twin A is normal. The first one is always the feisty one. You know, my son is like an angel. So
I love how much you've embraced motherhood.
Yeah.
Like, and this is, you talk about you're a former wrestler,
Yeah.
but like your identity now is being a mom.
yeah.
And I know it's so hard for you to say yes to stuff now with how busy your schedule is. So thank
Yeah.
you for saying yes
Oh
to
my
this.
gosh, always.
I saw you at Hornswoggle's show.
Yes.
That was so fun.
That was so fun. See, I flew right into that because it was like in the middle and
There was quite a
I
ride
had
from
to
the
fly.
airport.
I think I had to like.
We were in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Yes, and I had to take 2 flights. I got in like right before the show started, but we made, was there. We made it.
Yeah. It was
fun.
I didn't even know you were on the show. And then I was like, oh, you're here.
I'm here.
Then you had this huge line of people, which is always so cool to see.
It's really cool to keep doing those signings and stuff. It's fun that I'm able to do those and that people still come out to them and want to see me,
Of course. What does having the Legends deal mean for you? What does it entail?
So we just, more obviously memorabilia, like they're able to like, you know, put out new things, dolls, cards, you know, stuff like that, action figures, video games, stuff like that. And yeah, they just have the Kelly name, and I'm able to, you know, do things more with them. And yeah, it's cool to like have that title, you know, the Legends.
Well, again, thank you for making this happen. Always so good to see you.
Thank you.
And I asked you this last time. Maybe your answers are different.
Yeah.
We'll find out. But gratitude's such a huge thing for me. So what are 3 things that you're grateful for?
Oh, gosh. Okay. My kids, my husband, and my health.
It's great. 3
Is
great
that
things.
probably what I said last time?
Maybe.
But, you know.
Again, thank you.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Thanks, Chris.